What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Smartphone World. Today we have a really special episode stored for you. I am comparing the brand new, recently announced Samsung Galaxy S4 with the HTC One. Now, before I get to doing that, let me just put something out there. Number one, all of you sick freaks out there that are blasting me on my previous episodes saying that I don't know what I'm talking about, the Galaxy S4 is garbage, it's like the Galaxy S4S. Listen, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Just because I actually held the phone in my hand and used it. So basically I can have an opinion about it. Sorry guys, till you actually hold the phone in your hand and use it and use all the different features on it, I don't really think that you can have an opinion other than what you think it looks like in these pictures and videos. So please, hold your comments about what you think about the smartphone until you actually try it yourself, like I did. Now, for the comparison, let's take a look at what they look like first of all. The HTC One, it's made out of metal, aluminum. A lot of people don't like that, and a lot of people are having problems with how the Galaxy S4 is still made out of plastic. Well, it's not really plastics so much. When you actually hold the phone, you'll realize on how heavy duty of a plastic construction the Galaxy S4 really is. Don't get me wrong, the metal construction of the HTC One just feels solid in your hand. To me, still, I mean, yeah, I'm talking up the Galaxy S4, but I like the HTC One's look much better. It's more of a sophisticated look. It doesn't look as, I can't believe I'm going to call it, well, like a toyish look like the Galaxy S4 has. My Galaxy S2, believe it or not, to me looks better than the Galaxy S4. I just don't like the way it does look much better in your hand and in person, but it doesn't compare to the real HTC One design. Now, what else? The thickness of the phones. Yes, the Galaxy, it is only 7.9 millimeters thin throughout. That's really, really thin. The HTC One, yes, that one is 9.3 millimeters thick at its thickest point, which is in the center, okay? And it tapers down to about 4 millimeters. So basically it's curved on the back, and believe it or not, it fits better in your hand. So a lot of people are going to say, oh, well, I like the complete thinness of the Galaxy S4, and other people will be like, I like the way that it's designed and it feels and fits in my hand for the HTC One. Okay. It's going to be to each their own on that perspective. But when you go into the other features, like weight, a lot of people won't like the fact that the HTC One is 13 grams heavier at 143 when the Galaxy S4 is only 130 grams. Okay. But then you have to talk about the displays. The displays are completely different. I mean, really different. When you look at videos or pictures of the two with the displays on, they're clear differences. The HTC One has a 4.7-inch Super LCD 3 display, and that one has 469 ppi pixel density. They're both 1080 resolution, 1920 by 1080. The Galaxy S4, that is a 5-inch, 4.99, I get it, Super AMOLED display, and it's at 441 ppi. It is much brighter than the HTC One, but the HTC One just looks like it's got a higher quality picture to it. Like when you're looking at the home screens, I mean, it just, the Galaxy S4 just, it's super bright. I mean, you could turn down the brightness, but it still won't have that quality, high resolution look that the HTC One has. Don't get me wrong, I really love how far the Galaxy line has come with their displays. Now it's up to 441 ppi. It looks terrific. It's very bright, very easy to see. I love it. I just like the HTC One's display better. But the Galaxy S4 has Gorilla Glass 3, while the HTC One has Gorilla Glass 2. That's a big difference right there, because we know that the Gorilla Glass 3 is thinner, stronger, tougher than the Gorilla Glass 2. So, you gotta hand it to Samsung stepping up the game to Gorilla Glass 3. 32 and 64 gig versions for both of them, 16 for the Galaxy S4, but the Galaxy S4 completely blows everything out of the water being able to handle a 64 gig micro SD card. You can go lower, but it can go up to 64. So even the 16 destroys all the phones out there because of that. I'm sorry. Both of these are LTE smartphones. Yes, definitely. That's great. Now, the batteries. 2600 in the Galaxy S4, 2300 in the HTC One. There hasn't been real test comparisons to say which one's going to last longer. And the Galaxy S4s that we've been seeing, I believe, are the ones with the 5 octa in it. So that would be a real comparison that I'm waiting to find out. I have found out that the HTC One has been going the distance with the battery, even on heavy usage, which is great, but I'm waiting to see on that future comparison. Now, talking about the processors, the Qualcomm Snapdragon 600 is in the HTC One, which I'll tell you right now, smooth, excellent running processor. Same thing with the Octa. I was trying that one at the event, and it is amazing. These phones are super fast. Going in and out of apps, playing videos, taking everything. It was really, really great. I can't wait to do my speed tests and my crash tests when I try to overload the phones. I'll do those videos as soon as I get my hands on these phones and put them up for you. But we do know that there will be a second version of a Galaxy S4. We just don't know when it will be rearing its head. We hear that that version is going to be geared to the United States, but that's not finalized. I still want to see if that version actually pops up. Both of them have 2 gigs of RAM, which is great. The cameras. This is the huge difference here. The HTC One has that 4 ultra pixel. The Samsung Galaxy S4 has 13 megapixel. There's higher resolution with the 13 megapixel. There's better low light quality photos, and it grabs color better on the HTC One. So I mean, it depends on what you want to do with these pictures or how you want them to look, but the HTC One will provide you with actual, I say, more realistic shots of actual what you're taking. The Galaxy S4, it's going to take some amazing pictures, guys. Don't get me wrong. Really, really great pictures, and I have to do the test myself and see other tests that other people are doing. I just don't think it's going to be able to capture those low light situations. But other than that, there really isn't any reason why the Galaxy S4 is considered less of a camera than an ultra pixel. The ultra pixel is brand new. When it's an 8 ultra pixel, it's probably going to be way up there and better. But for right now, it is something that you can compare to a 13 megapixel, because 13 megapixel will give you such high quality shots. HDR recording for the HTC One. I mean, they both have those cool features like Zoe, where it could put together like a montage of videos and pictures, put music to it. But so does the Galaxy S4 that has Story Album. But the Galaxy S4 has that cool feature which is called dual camera, where the actual shooter of the pictures and videos can now be involved in the pictures and videos in a small little frame, which I think is cool. If you're talking to someone over video chat, you can use both cameras and show them exactly what you're looking at, and they can look at you at the same time. Really cool features. Something that's gimmicky is that music share, where everybody has the same song playing. I think that's ridiculous. I doubt I will see anybody actually using that, because then you and all of your friends have to have the Galaxy S4 when, you know, some of them are going to have HTC Ones or older phones or iPhones. It's really not. That's a gimmick, okay? But these other things are not gimmicks, guys. Enough with that garbage. The HTC One has their cool things too, like dual speaker, Beats audio boom sound with amplifier. Guys, you can't mess with that sound coming from the HTC One. Yeah, the Galaxy S4 stepped up their game with their speaker and everything, it just does not have that sound. No way. HTC has blink feed, which I understand a lot of people don't want to use because it's just like live widgets all over the place instead of your apps. I'm more of an app person as well, so, but you could turn off blink feed. You don't need to use it. Things about the Galaxy S4 that I love that HTC just simply does not have. Air hover, air gesture, you know, when, you know, I have gloves on, it's freezing outside, but I'm still wanting to turn the pages. I could just wave my hand over the screen, it'll still work. That's not a gimmick, guys. People will actually use it. And air hover, people will use these features. Being able to use a screen with a glove. Samsung put that in. You don't have that in other phones. Eye scrolling, you don't have that in the HTC One, where you're reading something, it notices you're getting down to the bottom because your eyes are down there, it scrolls on its own. You're watching a movie, you look away. It knows you looked away. It pauses the movie, and when you look back, it starts up again. These are not gimmicks, guys. People will love these features and use those features. I'm one of them. Yes, I am still picking the HTC One as my personal phone. That's because that's what I want. I like the design, the sophisticated look. I like it better. That doesn't mean that the Galaxy S4 is garbage. To me, it's clearly number 2. In everybody else's eyes, or a lot of people's eyes, it'll be number 1. Hell, there's a lot of people out there that will consider it number 3, 4, or 5. To me, the HTC One is the best one so far. The Galaxy S4 is a very, very, very close second. I mean, I'm still like kind of on the fence on which one I'm going to get. I might actually get both. But the HTC One will be my everyday phone. I just like the display better, the LCD. To me, I like everything better on the HTC One. There are features on the Galaxy S4 that I would love in the One, and maybe I'll push it into there somehow, but right now I'm saying I like the One better. The Galaxy S4 is awesome. They're both incredible smartphones. They both have incredible cameras, high RAM, great memory. The Galaxy S4 wins because it has a micro SD slot. It's thinner, lighter. It has a bigger battery. There are many reasons why people are going to pick the Galaxy S4. Stop saying it's a Galaxy S3S. That's stupid. It has clearly got way better things going on. HTC Sense in the new One, awesome. Awesome. The way it goes from one thing to another, it's not like it's an add-on to Jelly Bean. It's like it's integrated. It's completely built in. Same thing with the new TouchWiz. These companies are going above and beyond by integrating their own operating systems into Android software, and they're doing a great job. It's not like older Androids that had gingerbread and stuff like that where it was crap. This is better now. Way better. You guys are going to love it. Please stop judging before you actually get your hands on the phone. That was another episode of Smartphone World. I hope you guys enjoyed it. For the other people, I don't care if you did. I'm sorry if I'm in this mood. You guys really, really upset me with some of these comments. Blasting me for no reason. Please, give me some more comments. Blast away. I don't care. Have a great day, guys.